Let's talk to you then.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece Lycra TM tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
We're not gonna shake his hand.
So what's happening?
He wipes his hand on his dirty Lycra pants and picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Okay.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
Not too hot. I'm on a 58 losing streak. Reality, it makes me aggressively sad. I don't know. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that. I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law. Reality, it's perishing. Soon only glowing embers will remain of the atoms. Of human faces, only echoes. Okay, I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now.
He looks at his shit-stained Lycra TM jacket with a grim expression.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please don't go. Don't go.
Begs the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
Why not?
So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Maybe?
Maybe. You look like you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be. You look like you want to hear the tale.
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
For some reason the name tequila fills me with foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't learn what it means. Or go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, that's totally your style.
Hell yeah, Electrochem.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Please continue. Oh yeah, not the first time this comes up. Or, yeah, sure, I did that thing. What of it? Sure, let's get defensive about it.
Hey man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks. Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Sure do, Idiot Doomstruck.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
Sounds like a great idea, Necktie. We'll be doing that. Well, we don't have a car, so we won't be doing that. But otherwise, Probably would be doing that if it was a possibility here.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
I would never.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Every word I said was true. Tequila Sunset will break the looms of reality.
Yeah, looms. Why not? Then you jammed the pedal and plowed right off the jetty and through the ice.
Your hands cramped on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
You know what would be interesting? It's a shame I didn't think about that. It would be interesting to not look at the car and hear that story first. See what the reaction about crashing the car into the sea is from that angle. If I ever do another playthrough of that, I'm gonna try that. I have to remember, because like it's not gonna be anytime soon. But if I play this again as the boring cop moralist, if I ever get the motivation to do that, then I should really talk to Idiot Doomspiral first, and then look at the car. I think that would be interesting.
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Wait, so is Tequila Sunset an event or a name? Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty good. That's not my name. I'm Raphaël Ambrosius Costeau, and that's what you should call me. My real name is Harry. Is that an event or a name?
I think you said that you were the event, and that you would smash the looms of reality. Yeah, I knew I'd heard that looms line before.
Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Oh boy. I'm sure the answers are all going to be very good and cool and chill that we're going to give here in this conversation going forwards.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Oh, we can't actually talk about Revacholian women here.
Yeah,
My bad.
I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Ah, right, okay, no, there is more, okay. Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Sure thing, Rosemary. Sure thing.
Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy.
Makes
In
sense.
retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
Probably, yeah.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
I can imagine that. Mullins, right? Emil Mullins? That was one of those guys. Bad cop. A particularly bad cop, obviously. ACAB and all that, but particularly bad cop.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Did we talk about, politics?
Yeah, you seemed really mad about immigrants for some reason.
He rubs the back of his neck.
I'd rather not get into the details. It was pretty low concept.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Wanna tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes. Wanna tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar.
Huh. Okay, so electrochemistry figures this one out. I think in my first playthrough, or maybe in a playthrough I watched since then, something, I don't know which stat exactly, but something chimed in and was like, this is probably not going to be worth it. But in this case, electrochemistry figures it out, and you want booze, don't you?
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. Dry stories are boring, see?
That's fair.
So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
The Commodore Red has only one use left in it, so we'll give him that.
Classy.
He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bombs interjects. There's only one use left in it, so you really can't get any, sorry. Gurgles the near comatose man.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high-concept creative services agency.
Go on.
When my story begins, I had
My bad.
just landed a
Too
major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high-concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
That's right. Getting a good run-in is important to maintaining your physical and mental health. Speaking of, when's the last time you did your laps, pork chop?
Uh, I'll do so immediately, Coach. Physical instrument. I'll do so immediately. Sir, yes, sir, and whatnot. Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
There's a trace of derision in his voice.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch, I would have landed on my feet. I've got feline reflexes. Yes, because of Coach Physical Instrument.
No, you don't.
Savoir-faire. Be quiet. Nobody needs to know.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You've got to be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbors' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
Okay.
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Wait, is that it? I feel like there's some steps missing. I'm almost homeless myself. Doesn't seem so bad. Look on the bright side. You've got one hell of a story. You do realize all of this is your own fault. I literally can't believe it. Well, at least you've got one hell of a story.
Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What was the name of your agency?
My agency, man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
He looks towards the bay. Mixing oil painting and breasts to make ads isn't high art, it's just cynical wankery. That's so high concept, I have no idea what it means. Man, mixing high and low, commodifying culture, that is extremely my shit. Right, okay, never mind that I asked. Let's go with the third one.
I know! It was fucking awesome! Too bad I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away.
What's up with the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material.
The man extends his arm.
You really shouldn't touch it.
No, we'll touch it.
Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
You know what? At some point, I think in response to a comment, or maybe I said it in the playthrough itself as well. I was saying that I was gonna listen to Half-Light a lot, but I think I'm only gonna listen to Half-Light when it's like impulsively aggressive. If it's, be cautious, then what's the point? When Half-Light urges me to be aggressive, then I'll listen to that. But in this case, you really shouldn't touch it. No, I'm gonna touch it. He takes another sip.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it.
Great stuff.
And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
I'm sure you would really like that.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-responsive man.
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Okay, sure. Where did you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Let me ask you something else.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
Have you got any more stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
Okay, so I've got this special strike brew. Blue medicinal spirit. I don't have any on me right now. I already gave you some. I don't want to keep doing this. I'm gonna go for more stories later, so I'm gonna lie right now and say that I don't have any because I don't want to give away the Union Brew.
Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned.
Okay, be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
And whenever we want to, you know, just relax for a bit and hear another story, we can always do that. Now, before I call it quits to save my voice and to edit down the first episode of this recording, which has to go up in 2 hours, I'm quickly going to... wait, where was it? Here? Map? Let's go to the... to Martinez proper. And quickly talk to Call Me Mañana. Because I think Kuno told us to talk to him. I don't think I've done that yet. Alright.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The weasel I visited, turns out he has one hell of a colonial mud collection. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys? Why are you striking? Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. This is why I'm here, but I'm gonna ask the other things as well. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mud collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Yes, his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. A man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he had lots of mugs. I mean, we're gonna have to say it, right? Morale?
I don't know about that. Anyway, like I said before, Bossman said that Weasel's not a friendly boy. So, thanks for helping out.
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Okay, hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used this to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
I've got them.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up, 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots, what about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all 4, I'm gonna find all of it, all the pieces, all 4 of it, yeah.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
I hope so too. Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Well, good for him. Good talking. I gotta run. Okay, now let's quickly take a look. We have some new things here. No, that's just the we collected some tear. That's why it lit up. And there's the blue medicinal spirit. The liquid has an unearthly blue tint, the kind that might or might not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7 pure alcohol. Keep it away from an open flame. Okay, we've got a skill point, quests updated, Spirit is Eternal, find Idiot Doomspiral's jacket and find all the armor. Okay, and with that I'm gonna have to call it a day and edit down the episodes real quick, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.